Welcome to Dorker Realms. While most gamers will be familiar with Dungeons & Dragons from the newest edition of the game, there is a movement amongst some players called the Old School Revival, taking inspiration from the design philosophy of the earliest editions of D&D and bringing them into the modern era. These games and adventures emphasize the weird, the challenging, and the hardcore. Bear witness as our intrepid players explore unusual and dangerous tales in these old school adventures. This is part 10 of Deep Carbon Observatory. Though the adventures can be listened to in any order, we recommend beginning with the first episode of any given adventure. We go now to the table to delve into Dorker Realms.
Welcome back, everyone. We killed 3 golems, put their 4 golems, I'm being told by the cast and crew.
I'm both.
And we put their heads inside the sluice gate. Then we went up to the secret room at the top of the dam that had been broken open. And we found a mummified corpse with some mummified dogs. Valerian got weird with one of them. And we kind of discovered that a bunch of the stuff was pretty fake inside the room. And that pretty much catches you up to this week on Dorker Realms. Also, if you could leave us an iTunes review, we would very much appreciate it. We're going to try and remember to ask you to do that every episode, because it really helps us out, and we'd really appreciate it.
If you leave an iTunes review, I will name my next character after your username.
Wow. You're going to have to die an awful lot, hopefully.
That's my job.
Yeah. Maybe Paul should be maybe both of you.
You've been slacking.
Slacking in the dying area?
Take it away, GM.
What are you guys doing? What am I taking away?
I believe Reza had unlocked the next door, the door out of this room, that he also disabled the needle trap to. So I think we can safely move along then.
I'm also going to check for traps once we open the door, if you guys are ready.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything else we need to bother with in this room.
Mm-mm.
The door opens to reveal the underside of a trap door leading upwards.
Oh, shoot. It's a trap door, guys. I found a trap. All right. Base roll of 11, plus 5, plus 1 for agility. So 17.
Looking for traps?
Yeah, it's just looking for traps.
You do not find any.
Okay. Looks safe to me.
You open the trap door.
I'm opening the trap door.
You've never let us roll
wait.
so far.
I knock on the trap door to see if it's like kind of
Has she ever led us?
like
Into
hollow.
this
'Cause-
room, yeah.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. Because we haven't drained all the water either, right? I don't know if there's any water.
There's,
above us,
like,
but-
he described puddles.
Oh, shoot.
Just like little standing puddles of water left over from when the water rushed
Well,
through.
Your knocking would let you know, so that is
Yeah.
a smart thing to do.
Yeah, so I knock.
No sign of water on the other side. And
Okay.
just to reiterate, the room with the puddles in it was the lowest room you've been in. They've
Oh,
all been
so,
further
okay.
upwards.
I think of water traps, but, I mean, they got needle traps. Okay.
So you open the trap door?
There's a furrowed brow.
I just realized why I had all of that trouble understanding what was happening last time. For whatever reason, I thought the doors opened inward or outward from the center room. Meaning I thought that water had somehow been in the center. No, it definitely had, though, because all the mummies and stuff have been falling on the floor.
Yeah.
So water has been through these other rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm just...
Even if we only saw the puddles in some of them, all of the rooms have been exposed to water. So
Yes.
that is good to check. Keep in mind, though, if it was full of water on the other side, you probably wouldn't be able to open the trap door anyway because of water pressure, and the wood would be swollen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a wood door, right.
I guess we assumed that. I don't know if it was declared, but...
Okay, yeah, but I did open the trap door.
All right. So it opens into a room. It is located in the back left corner of the room as you emerge from the trap door. Center left of the room or center left in the room, there's a large socket in the center. Well, there's a large socket in the floor, and there's a concave channel which runs in the floor from the socket to the door on the right wall. And there are 2 rows of stone statues which are facing that door, so you are behind them right now. The doors to the right are large and made of wood, and the walls depict a vision of hell.
So sorry to clarify, the channel spans the middle of the room from the left wall to the right wall?
So there's a large socket, basically, in the center left floor.
Yes.
And then that channel runs from that socket to the door on the right.
Okay.
What
In
does
the-
socket mean in this context?
So there's like a big divot in the
where
floor.
something should fit.
Okay.
Something circular, probably.
It's a circular divot.
Yes.
Do the statues have circular bases?
No. The statues are shaped like men. They are made of stone, and they are holding halberds of steel.
And they're all facing towards the doors. Okay, like everything else, things would probably be entering from that direction normally. Mm-hmm. I see.
When you say that there's visions of hell, does it look like a fortress with the plaster slowly peeling off the walls and like an internal fire kind of in the middle of the place with a moon gate?
Strangely not.
Okay.
Bindel's theory is reinforced.
Or they just have never been there.
Or it was just a different part of hell. Or that I was in the building that the church built, but that's not actually what hell looks like.
How do you know that was part of the continuity for the Dorker Realms cinematic universe?
Because it was part of Dorker Realms?
Oh, right.
Thus far,
The
we've had...
DRCU?
Yeah, the DRCU. Dorker, yeah, Doctor CU.
Dr.
Copper.
Koo.
Okay. I checked for traps again because we're in a different hell.
The statues may... Well, it should probably respond to the door, I guess.
I rolled a base 19 plus 5 plus 1,
Nice.
so 25.
Sorry, real
And
quick.
you are searching the entire room just to check before I...
Has it been 10 minutes yet since we searched the previous room?
Yes, because
Okay.
you searched.
Right, I see. Okay.
I searched the whole room.
Okay. There are no traps in the room itself, but the door on the right is trapped.
Okay.
Can you tell what kind of trap?
You can tell it's some kind of trap that activates,
Something.
yeah, basically when the door is opened.
Cool.
Probably the statues.
Okay. Is there anything else you can figure out from here?
Sorry, one more quick question. Does it look like the channel from the socket that goes to the door runs underneath the door, like past it continues through?
Yep, sure does.
So it looks like maybe something is meant to be brought through that door into here with that trap being there.
When Reza turns around to address the rest of the party, you can see the statues from the front. They are shaped like men, but they have a number of depressions in the stone statues, and inside each of those is a clay jar with a symbol painted on it. So there's one in the head, there's one, then there are 4 more staggered down the body, ending with one just above the crotch.
Guys, the right door is trapped. It triggers something. I don't know what it triggers once it's activated, like once it's opened or whatever. You guys said that the statues are facing them? And
The
that-
statues are facing.
Facing you.
Oh, hey, guys, there's these little jars, and there's one just above the crotch, and... Sorry. How does that go again with the...
One in the head.
I'll
one in the
walk
head?
over to Reza and take a look at what
Yeah,
he's
just come look at this
describing.
shit. Yeah.
While they're doing that, Petra's going to go inspect the socket.
There isn't really anything more to say about it other than it just
Yeah,
being
no,
a socket on the floor.
I didn't expect any further
Yeah.
descriptions, but she's going to go take a look at it.
Does this symbol look like possibly magical runes, or
Which one are you looking at?
I guess the one on the jar in the thing's head?
It is an Eye of Horus.
I checked the rest of them.
So Going downward from there, there's a sun, a mouth, an ear of wheat, and a spiral.
This means nothing to me.
You said ear of wheat, a spiral, and the eye of Horus.
The eye of Horus, a mouth, a sun, an ear of wheat,
An
and a
eye,
spiral.
a mouth, an eye, a sun, a mouth, a wheat, a spiral.
Yes.
Because we saw the picture of the king killing a bunch of starved creatures. I don't remember past that.
He flooded them too. I don't know.
He flooded other people who were toiling underground.
Spiral
No,
doesn't
toiling in darkness.
toiling in darkness.
Right.
So
And they were dark-skinned, light-haired people, right?
That was a different picture.
Yes, that's not the same
that's
one.
a different picture, right?
but does spiraling normally mean like water? Normally it'd be
We
waves.
have to know the culture it came from.
Right. Is there any languages that I can read on these jars?
No.
Or- no.
There's just a single symbol on each of them.
Because I was thinking like glyphs.
Do we want to see what's inside?
Can you deactivate the trap on the door?
Sure. I can do that.
It is impossible to do so.
That's
it is
what I
part
thought.
of the mechanism of opening the door.
That was kind of my clue. Yeah. Nope, can't do it. It's part of the whole thing. I'd ruin the mechanism.
Binjel,
Petra?
you told us recently you could enlarge objects too, yes?
Yep.
Do we have anything round on our persons?
No, this never works.
Why would you think putting a random thing in the socket would do anything?
I don't know.
Dun, 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 dun.
Why don't we try the door and just accept that we might have to deal with a trap?
Because I was trying to think if we could avoid that, maybe. Yeah. If you don't want to try.
I don't have anything round.
Okay. Neither do I, unfortunately. All right.
Same here.
I suppose we must try the door then.
We could also go get the things and put them in the sluice gate.
This is true.
We're not committed to exploring this entire place first. We are already up here, though.
There's just the right door is the only option?
Or going back.
Or going back. Okay, just make
Was there any other paths going back that we went past?
No.
Okay.
Well, before we do anything, let me try to bless us.
Sure.
I thought you were actually going to say an actual prayer.
Okay.
Oh, great optical God, please hear us now. We need your blessing to show upon us.
I'm not. We're not praying to him.
You don't get to decide
May-
for the whole
may-
group, Petra.
May that our players will talk to their mics head on instead of sideways, so that the masses might hear our holy word.
All right.
And may your spoon feed us forever.
The spoon. The spoon. Oh, I lost the spoon.
You can eat without a spoon.
I can eat without a spoon.
The first roll is only I rolled an 8, so it's a total of 13, which I think gives the basic like +1 to attack rolls. So it does not achieve the effect that we wanted. Do we want to let Petra try again, or do we want to? Just...
Oh, great optical God, I feel your blessing upon me, but mayhap you give me even more of your majestic might, so that I might explore deeper into these caverns.
Okay, 19. That's pretty good. +5 is 24, so I get a +6. No, wait. Sorry, no, +5 to all the things and radiate the same bonus in a 10-foot radius.
Oh, thank you, great optical God, for your blessings upon us.
Before we do this, can we attempt the puzzle instead of just triggering the trap?
Okay, let's attempt the puzzle.
What are we putting into the socket? That's why Petra asked if we had something round.
I know.
And no, now we have a time limit.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
Well, you can redo that. Plus, we're not actually taking any actions here. We're talking out of character.
Oh, right.
What does Paul want to do?
So it's just a socket. I feel like we pull out one of the jars. Shouldn't that trigger something?
Could be cursed.
Also, they seem pretty small. And how large is the socket? Is it like a 5-foot square kind of socket, or?
When I searched the room, did it look like there were other?
Is the socket bigger than the jar?
Oh, Yes.
Okay.
By a lot.
I was gonna say, were there any like things in the ceiling?
I didn't realize you were talking about the socket in the floor. The socket in the floor is very, very large.
Yeah, I think
the
you
jars
described
are
that.
small.
Yeah. I just thought maybe the jars might have triggered another chute or something to drop like the actual contraption.
Well, the channel in the floor goes through the door, so ostensibly there's something from the other side that you're bringing through the door to hit the socket.
Also, just to be clear, there are 2 rows of 4 statues each, and they all have those jars.
So there are 8 of them.
Do the
Yes.
symbols on all of them match?
Yes.
Oh, we should just go back. I don't even think we should risk it right now.
Valerian's going to take one of the
So
swirly
you don't
jars.
want to risk it right now when we have a +8 to your AC. You would rather risk it later when you don't have the +8.
The jar is firmly held in place when you try to remove it.
He's
Never
going to
mind.
try and break it with the butt of his scythe.
Okay, which jar?
The swirly jar.
I don't think you should do that.
Why?
It might do something bad.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think I'd rather try the door first.
Okay.
Maybe the door triggers the mechanism, and then that
Almost
tells us the
probably.
thing. Okay, why don't we do that?
So are you good to wait to do that till after we try the door?
Sure.
All right, let's try the door.
Okay.
All right, who's opening the door? And what order are you following in?
Petra is at the back facing the statues.
Okay.
Valerian's going to stand to one side of the door, like on the wall.
Yeah.
I will stand back to back with Petra.
The door
So-
does
Let
open
me-
inward.
Let me roll for
Sorry.
hide.
Sorry, let me say something real quick. The door is set into stairs. Mm-hmm. So,
So is it
and
the-
it's kind of like flush with the walls of the staircase. So you could like,
stand to one side of the staircase?
yeah, you could do that.
Okay, then I'll
So
do
like in the opening,
Yep.
and then where's Petra relative to that? Like next to Valerian?
Well, whoever's opening the door will be most at the front, and then Valerian will be one to the side of them. Then there will be Bendel behind Reza, and Petra will be then behind Bendel.
Okay. All right. So Reza turns the handle of the door and opens it. As soon as the door is opened, you hear a large rumbling sound. The door, or the room beyond the door, is a mosaic of black and white tiles, and the channel that ran along the stairs runs to a point in this room from which a gigantic crystal sphere drops from the ceiling and begins rolling towards you at very fast speed. What do you do?
So I got to dodge.
Where are you dodging to?
It's the whole channel's the entire space of the door.
The sphere is large enough that it covers the entire staircase
Just
width.
jump off the side of the
Oh,
staircase.
okay, yeah, I'll jump off the side of the staircase.
Into which room?
The right?
Well, can't he jump sideways?
Wait, we're on a staircase?
Yeah.
Yes.
The staircase goes into the door.
Oh, the door
So
is
it
at the
goes up.
top of a staircase.
It's the door is set in the middle of the staircase.
Oh.
I thought we were in a room with statues.
You were, and the door is in stairs leading up.
Okay, that I don't think that was made very clear.
Not at all.
No.
Because, like you said, the thing goes across the room to the right.
Yeah,
the
the
channel,
the
right?
channel goes under the door, but that wasn't described that the channel also goes upstairs under
Well,
the door.
I did describe it to Robin
Yeah.
before we opened the door.
Yep, just now.
Right, sorry, you said it was set into stairs, but given that we thought that
think
I thought it was at the bottom of stairs.
We all thought the stairs were in the same room as the statues. We didn't realize it was a different area.
I'll jump in the
okay.
new room, I guess.
Okay. Bindel?
So I guess I jump to the opposite side of Reza and I shout, Petra, look out!
But we jumped forward into the room and then
Yeah.
on the sides. Yeah.
I got you.
So it was just for me. I don't know. So it's
Okay.
just Bindel and me right now in the other room.
All right. And I assume Petra wants to move out of the way of the sphere that is approaching.
Yes, I was just quickly seeing if any of my spells could target like objects in addition to creatures, but that is, of
Keep
course.
in mind you're facing the wrong way.
Good point. I guess Petra will just attempt to move to the side.
Okay. So Bindel and Reza dive into the room consisting of the mosaic of black and white tiles. Petra moves out of the way of the sphere, which comes rushing down the stairs. And as the sphere comes down the stairs, the 8 statues animate and move to attack Petra and Valerian. So I will
is
need
that
initiative
when it
to-
reaches the socket?
No.
No, just before it reaches the socket.
Pretty much as it starts, they start to animate.
So
you
how
move
quick-
out of the path of the sphere as it's approaching, and they animate at the same time.
All right, so the statues move to attack. Does that mean you need initiatives from us?
It does, yes.
Okay. 10 for Petra.
13. We don't still have our bonuses from your bless.
What did Petra roll?
10.
I think you just blessed, like, right
Yeah,
before
I
we
did,
opened the
right
door.
before we opened the door. So now, if you're within...
You don't get it on initiative, though.
Initiative
no,
doesn't
I'm-
count as a skill check?
I'm
We
not
went
asking.
over this last time.
Okay, right.
I'm not asking for initiative. I'm asking for when I roll for spells.
It is a 10-foot radius, so I think you should still be within that radius.
The statues holding their halberds move to engage Valerian and Petra, 4 each, splitting up to surround the 2 of you. And then it'll be Valerian's turn.
I think you guys can take them.
Gonna attempt to cast Scorching Ray. So I cast Scorching Ray. Base roll 11 plus caster level is 14 plus intelligence is 16.
Did you add the spell bonus from me?
No, how much is that?
That was plus 5.
So that's 21. Caster can launch 2 rays at the same target or at 2 targets. Each ray does 1d10 plus caster level damage. Additionally, each target must make a DC 15 reflex or catch fire. Each round thereafter, the target suffers an additional 1d6 until it succeeds on the d15 reflex to extinguish the fire. Flammable objects in the target have a 75% of catching fire.
Are you attacking 2 targets then?
Can I attack the one in front of me and the one directly behind it?
Yeah.
Then that's what I'll do. So the first one gets 6 points of damage, and the second one gets 4.
That was adding your caster level, right?
Yes.
And also adding the plus 5 damage you're getting from me?
No. So what was the first number I said? So the second one would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the first one you said was 6?
That's what you told me.
So then
before.
it would be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
And then get reflex saves to not hit.
And what was the second one?
9.
Total?
Mm-hmm. They are on fire until they succeed a DC 15 reflex.
Did they fail the first
Oh,
one?
you have to fail the...
DC 15?
Yes.
Okay, they are both on fire.
Cool.
Nice.
And they will take an additional 1d6.
Every round?
It doesn't say. Oh, each round, yes. Each round thereafter. 1d6 fire damage. 1d6 damage.
So as Valerian blasts the 2 statues with scorching heat, 2 of the jars explode on the first statue. The first jar to explode is the symbol of the sun. And as it explodes, there's a gush of like old, foul-smelling blood from the jar. And the second jar to burst is the ear of wheat. And when it does, there is a burst of acid that sprays out onto you, dealing 2 points of damage.
My magic shield reduces all incoming damage by 2.
Oh.
And on the second statue, a single jar shatters. It is the ear of wheat on that, which is another spray of acid, which, thanks to Bindel's shield, does no damage. It is Petra's turn.
So Petra has 4 statues coming at her, yeah?
Correct.
Well, don't know if statue golem things can be paralyzed, but I think we're about to find out.
Meow.
Okay. That is a, let's see, 6 plus 5 is 11, plus the 5 from my spell benefit is 16. Okay. My hands and melee weapons get charged with paralysis. So when I attack them, they get to make a save. Yay. So Petra will rev her chainsword in anticipation of the enemies approaching.
You should pray to the optical god
Why?
for more benefits.
I don't think that would help. In fact, I think that would make my god, the non-optical god, angry.
The sphere has reached the bottom of the staircase now, and the statues attack. So we'll do the 4 on Petra. That's a 19.
Nope.
And then another 19.
Nope.
A crit. It strikes with its halberd, striking your helm. Do you wear a helm?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Well, was there a helm on that magical suit of armor, Danny?
Yes.
Then they have to wear a helm because they can't
They
take
can't.
it
I
off.
can't take it off. Yes.
It's a onesie.
You could have taken the helm off and not put it on when you put the armor on.
They did say they put the suit of armor on.
Yeah, I would have put all of the pieces of armor on.
So it does nothing additional, apparently.
Did it do damage?
It will still do regular damage,
Okay.
but the critical hit, it's like, it hits you on the head, and that doesn't do anything.
I see,
if you're wearing
okay.
the helmet. So the damage will be, let's see, 8 points.
That's a good hit. Ow.
And the final statue
That's reduced by 2 bucks.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
misses horribly. Now for the 4 attacking Valerian. And remember, you have a major bonus to your AC.
Plus 8 to AC and a
Correct.
damage reduction of 2.
That would be a 13 to hit.
Nope.
23
Yes.
for 4 points of damage, which you reduce by 2, so 2 total points of damage.
This is a good spell.
All the spells are good when they're max.
Well, okay, fair enough.
17 to hit,
Nope.
and the last one misses abominably.
Oh, they're symmetrical. Those last 2 suck.
And it is Valerian's turn.
I'm going to attempt Scorching Ray. Oh. 10, 13, 15. And
Wait. How did
They rolled a 5. They got a +5. Their
Okay.
level's 3. Their int modifiers 2.
Okay.
yep, a flaming bullet. One target takes 1d6 caster level plus damage. Additionally, it must make a DC reflex versus spell check or catch fire. And this is the next round, so the 2 that I already hit take that. Do I roll that d6?
Up to you.
1 takes 3, and 1 takes 4.
I'm sorry, what was the damage to the one you shot again?
I didn't roll that yet because the stuff from the last
Yeah.
round resolved first. 8
Plus 5.
plus 5, which is 13.
Which one are you attacking?
The one in the front.
That's already on fire, or one that's not on fire yet?
I don't think I can attack the third one behind it because it doesn't let me pick 2
They all
targets,
attacked
right?
you.
Yeah,
so-
they're like,
They're not in a line.
yeah.
Oh, they're in a fan rather than
Yeah.
Okay,
They've fanned out.
yeah, I'll hit the third one then.
They've circled you and are hitting you with halberds. Attempting to hit you with halberds.
Imagine them looking like hockey players.
And how much damage was that again?
13.
Yes.
Okay.
Did he roll his reflex save?
Yes, the first one succeeded and the second one failed.
Did the third one succeed his roll to not catch on fire?
Oh, I didn't realize that was happening as
Oh,
well.
how did you... Do you know what my spell save is? Spell check or save... Make a reflex versus spell check or catch fire. 14 to 15. Additionally, it must make a reflex save versus spell check or catch fire. A DC 15 extinguishes the fire.
Okay, so the third one does not catch on fire. Now, the burning on the first and second ones, or no. Yes, the burning on the first and second ones causes one more jar to rupture on each of them. So on the first one, that will be the spiral jar. And as it explodes from the intense heat, pickled intestines shoot out from the shattered jar
Valerian laughs.
and attempts to attack Valerian
oh,
and
Valerian
strangle
stops
him.
laughing.
Is that like a thing where organs are attacking?
It is now.
That happened in our first adventure.
Oh.
I was going to call back to that too.
Yeah. Nice callback.
Evil Dead, baby.
And on the second one,
Oh, I don't get to find out whether I'm being injured by attacking intestines.
You do. I'm going to do this first.
You're keeping me on pins and needles, Danny.
So on the second one, the sun symbol jar explodes, sending old, nasty-smelling blood gushing everywhere. And on the third one, the ear of wheat jar explodes with a burst of acid, which deals no damage to you thanks to your shield.
Yeah.
As for the intestines, they kind of like try to wrap around Valerian's throat to strangle him, but the shield keeps them from fully constricting around him. And it will be Petra's turn.
We're all just being saved by the spell, aren't we?
And
You're not being saved by the spell, thank you very much. You're being saved by Bindell L. Johnson, wizard extraordinaire.
Saved by the Bindell. Okay. Petra's faced
Too young
with
for that reference.
4 statues. Doesn't really have a way of attacking them all, but does have a paralysis sword. So I guess we'll start with that.
Oh, one more jar actually shattered on the third one. This was the mouth jar, and as it explodes, you hear a scream in an ancient language.
Oh no.
Damn it.
That's it?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Petra will rev her chainsword and just attack number one statue that's facing her, I guess. 'Cause they have all arrayed themselves similarly, yes?
They have.
Okay. All right, so... that's a 4. But I imagine these constructs aren't considered unholy or anything. +5 is a 9, but +5 from blessing makes it a 14.
It deflects your chainsword with its solid stone body.
Yeah, all right.
The glass sphere rolls down the channel into the socket at the center of the room, and Reza and Bindell could now conceivably join the fight and roll initiative if they so choose.
Please so choose.
I guess I'll go help these half chairs.
Base roll 8 +1.
16.
Wait, plus we're still blessed? Oh, no, not initiative.
You're not
Yep.
within range.
Got it.
And also
And not
yes.
initiative. Never mind. Yeah. So 9.
All right. Quickly, do you want a description of the room that Bindell and Reza went in now, or do you want it later?
It was black and white, correct?
That is like the basic
Oh,
thing
okay.
that you saw when the door opened.
That is
but
the color of the wallpaper. Yes, Paul.
there is more to the room than
Okay.
that.
I would like it now.
Yeah. please.
Okay, so the room is a mosaic of black and white tiles, as I mentioned. In the ceiling above each white square is a clay vase in the shape of a distorted human face, making a blowing expression. Each has a small tube visible in its lips. Around the edges of the room, on each of the black squares, are black sculptures of soldiers. And then at the right end of the room, there's another staircase leading upwards with a door set into it.
Thank you for the description.
And now the statues will attack Petra and Valerian. Petra first. That is a miss. Another miss. Another miss. And one last miss.
All right.
Now for Valerian, that is a crit. The statue stabs its halberd into Valerian's chest, with the weapon becoming lodged in his chest,
Boy.
dealing apparently an additional 2d6 damage.
I'm sure he'll be fine.
That is 15 points of damage.
It's still reduced by 2, yes?
Yes, so 13 points
Yes,
of
it
damage.
So
only does
10
one more than Valerian's max health.
10 minus 13. Valerian goes down. Pothos cries sadly.
In my mind, he's super evil and he's happy when Valerian or anyone dies.
As Valerian falls to the ground, the final 2 statues move to attack Petra instead. That is a crit.
Of course.
Man.
Wow.
These guys really took their stone Wheaties.
They are stepping their game up.
Oh, we gotta get rid of the wheat jars.
He is rolling 8 rolls every turn.
Oh, no, statistically, yes. But then I see how Ryan rolls sometimes, and it's like, it's pretty rough. Not today, though.
Let's see. This is a blow to Petra's shield arm. Petra does not have a shield, correct?
Petra totally has a shield.
Don't you need a hand free for casting? Or did we go
Yes.
through this and decide that you could have a shield and cast?
You need a hand free to cast.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
So you haven't been using a shield.
Okay.
Which causes it to deal an additional 1d6 damage. That's 10 damage.
So 8 after reduction?
Correct.
Alright. That's pretty harsh.
And the last one misses.
Alright.
That's so rough. It's like when we just get in here, they were holding their own pretty well.
For 2 rounds, yeah.
That will make it Bendel's turn.
Start destroying the jars if you can.
Can I walk into the room enough to also cast in the same turn? Or do I have to take like a full move to get into the room?
Do you know off the top of your head how far you can normally move?
How far I can normally move? My speed is 30.
So I would say yes, you can move into the room and cast.
All right. I'm going to move into the room and then cast, I guess, Magic Missile.
You should now be within range of my blessing.
Oh, yeah, because you're still by the stairs, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Rolled that nice 19.
Yeah.
Plus 5 from the blessing brings us to 24. Plus 2 from my staff brings us to 26. Plus 4 from my level brings us to 30. Plus 3 from my int brings us to 33.
With a max of 32?
Yes.
I think that's
Yeah,
correct.
3d4 plus 2 missiles. That is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 missiles. I will do 2 missiles on 2 that look still intact to my eye, and 1 to 1 that looks damaged. I'll pick at random because I don't really have a good sense of the room, I guess, but that's what I want to do.
Okay.
9, 15 plus caster level on each is another 8 plus 5, so 29 damage to the first one.
Okay, so the magic missile shatters all of the jars. So first there's the gush of the disgusting blood, then a burst of acid over Petra, which deals 1 point of damage because it rolled a 3. Then there is a scream in an ancient tongue, and then from the spiral jar, pickled intestines shoot out to try and grab Petra, but they almost certainly can't, and indeed they cannot. And finally, as the Eye of Horus jar shatters, a floating brain with eyes attached comes flying out of the jar.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shredder, my rock stone soldiers from Dimension X have now fought.
Fuck off, Krang.
Put your...
Okay, so for the next one, I do 6 and 6, that's 12, plus 5 is 17, plus 8 is 25 damage.
All right. Once again.
26 damage because of the luck modifier.
All right. Once again, you have shattered all of the jars. So let's see if the burst of acid does anything to Petra. It does not.
Okay.
And the intestines, likewise, are unable to constrict because of your shield. So there's just intestines like draped around Petra, squirming around, but unable to do anything. And another floating brain with eyes emerges.
And the last one, 15, 16, 17, 18 damage.
All right. And that was to the wounded one, correct?
Yes.
So that is destroyed also. There is a scream in an ancient tongue because 3 of its other jars were already burst. And then another brain emerges.
I feel like I didn't actually reduce the number of enemies we're fighting.
All of these statues are still standing?
Well, no, 3 of the statues are down, but they've been replaced by 3 brains with eyes.
I see.
And it's, well, it would be Valerian's turn.
And Valerian has, 3 rounds in which he healed?
Correct.
Valerian's corpse twitches.
Not technically a corpse yet.
Valerian's perhaps corpse twitches.
voids its bowels.
No,
And then it's Petra's turn.
definitely not going to void his bowels till he's definitely a corpse.
You know what? I think Petra's going to take a moment to heal herself.
Oh, great optical god. If you could mend the wounds of your greatest follower.
Why is Bindel L. Johnson praying while Petra is healing herself?
Pissing off Petra's patron.
And Petra, because it's hilarious.
I understand.
Okay, so +5 and +5, so that is a 20. I believe my own alignment is the same as my own alignment, so I will get
Your own alignment is your own alignment.
And no one can take that away from
4
you.
D10 of healing.
Nice.
So 8 plus 10 is 18. I think that already heals me. But just to see, plus another 8. Okay, I heal myself for 36, apparently.
Are you at full health?
I am now.
You healed yourself and someone else named Petra all across the globe because the cup spilleth over.
The cup runneth over. 3
Runneth.
interdimensional Petras receive healing.
It's trickle-down healing. I'm telling you, it works.
There's male Petra. Yeah, just take a little bit of, oh my god!
And if I can, I will, if I can, in the same turn, start to move towards Valerian.
Sure.
Okay.
A little bit. You kind of like...
I mean, yeah, you're kind of surrounded by statues, right?
Oh, that's a good point.
She can still kind of maneuver that way.
Get tangled up in the intestine around your feet.
And it will be Ray's turn.
Okay. So, we got floating brains times 3 with eyes.
Correct.
An intestine that is trying to annoy...
I don't know if they're continuing to move.
Okay.
They're still squirming around.
But they're not as, from what I can see, as bad as the statues.
I mean, that has to be your own judgment.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah.
Take out the brains. They look soft.
Okay. I'll try to take out a brain with my arrow. I don't have to move in too much, or...
You don't have to move in too much.
Okay, will I... How far is Petra from me, since I have to be in range for the blessing?
Far-ish.
Okay.
I
You're
mean,
at
not
the top of
super
the
far.
stairs.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, you have to come, like, partway down the stairs to, like, have the angle, but you don't have to go fully into the room.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I'm not going to use my whole action to run to Petra
Yeah.
and fire. So, we'll just do a standard. Oof. Okay, 19 is my base roll,
That's a hit.
+1. So that's for my agility, 20.
Nice.
D6 with that sweet 2, because I don't have bonus damage.
Do you add anything to that at all? Like modifier? Just 2?
Yeah, and I'm not close enough for the blessing.
Okay.
And that's one of the brains, yeah.
Yeah. Your arrow pierces the fleshy, soft brain and sticks out of it, but you only, like, hit it on the very edge of brain. And it's still flying around.
Wait, how much damage did you do?
2.
Did you remember to add the +5?
That stays with me?
Are you within 10 feet of me?
No.
No.
Oh, you're still, like, on the stairs?
Yes. I could only go as much as I could with movement and action. Or half movement, half action.
No, you could get to the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, you can go to the bottom of the stairs
Oh.
if you want
And I am
to.
definitely within 10 feet of the bottom of the stairs.
Oh, okay. That's what I want to know is, like, would I have to spend my whole movement?
Oh, no. I thought you...
Your half move would be...
Yes, that's what I want.
Okay, I thought you didn't want to go into the room, and you were asking if you're in room. No, you can do that.
So,
So go
7
ahead and add
damage.
the...
Okay, thank you and thank you.
All right. So in that case, you hit the brain center mass, and it falls out of the sky with a wet plop.
Yeah.
Cool. We don't even know what it does.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. That's it.
All right. So, statue and brain time. The statue that stabbed Valerian pulls its halberd out of his chest, which causes an additional 6 points of damage.
Oh.
Jeez, it's like a Japanese anime where the geyser of blood.
But he might be fine.
Is there a point at which you can take enough damage that you can't have your body rolled and still be alive?
I don't think there explicitly is.
Okay.
Is there?
I don't
I don't think so.
Okay.
We can double check when it gets to that.
It will matter if I try to heal Valerian.
Yes. The 2 statues that were attacking Valerian move towards Bindel.
Oh,
Halberds
shit.
Primed and ready. A 15 probably won't hit.
No.
How about an 11?
Fuck, I can only be hit on odd rolls below 15. But not once.
Now, the remaining
You just did 2, 3 are destroyed.
three
Three.
will attack Petra.
Okay.
Miss. Miss.
Ah.
All right. Now, as for these two brains, so the first one shoots out beams from its two eyes at Petra. So I'm gonna need, for the first beam of paralysis, I'm gonna need a saving throw.
Shit. Constitution
Correct.
or fortitude, sorry, rather.
Yeah, fortitude.
All right, this is a magical effect?
Yeah, I mean, it's not explicitly stated, but I would assume a beam of paralysis
Yeah.
is magical.
I would also assume as much. Okay.
So this comes out the left eye.
I roll a 16, plus 2 from my fort save is an 18, plus from 1 from my saves versus magic is a 19, and then plus 2 from my blessed amulet is a 21.
All right, you resist. From its right eye comes a beam of regret. Describe a regret of Petra's.
No, not Petra. Actual Vox. I want to know.
You have to describe a regret of Petra, and you have to do it quickly.
Quickly, okay.
Yeah.
Petra regrets not being able to save Willow from the collapsing church.
Aw.
Okay. All right. The second brain will focus its eyes on Bindel, or at least it'll start to. It shoots a beam of paralysis from its left eye. Saving throw, please.
What save am I using?
Fortitude.
Fortitude. That is a 20.
You resist the beam of paralysis. Now describe a regret of Bindel's as it
Deep
looks
down,
at you.
I still regret 118 children dying. 2 of them I feel like I've actually made up for. 118 I haven't.
That's a lot of dead children.
What are the two? How did you redeem yourself for 2 of them?
I killed a questing beast for 1, and I saved 1 small child's life.
Ah, I see.
We saved a bunch of children. Well, Petra fed them anyway.
I saved 1 personally.
Me personally, yes.
Oh, okay.
Now 2 pairs of intestines attempt to grapple Petra.
Ah, they are still swinging.
They're unable to do so.
This
The
is
last one goes for Bindel and fails to do anything.
The last intestine?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Speaking of Bindel, it's now his turn.
Bindel L. Johnson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you see Bindel R. Stevenson here? Is this the Shadow Realm that he's been banished to?
No, but I just wanted to be clear. He could get out at any time. He was very clear that he's still alive after he escaped from hell, because any of our loyal listeners know that he was dead 2 sessions ago.
Did you remember that Bindel R. Stevenson was dead? Send us a tweet at Dorker Realms.
Magic missile.
No.
I rolled an 11, plus 5 from the blessing makes it 16, plus 2 from using my magic staff makes it 18, plus 4 from my wizard level makes it 22, plus my int is a 25. Let's see. Hopefully that's not the Kamehameha wave missile, because
The turtle destruction wave?
the turtle destruction wave magic missile at one of these poor brains.
Oh, you're targeting a brain.
4d12 damage plus caster level.
Plus 5.
All right, here we go. 9 plus 11 is 29. Plus 12,
41.
41.
41. Plus caster level 4.
45.
Plus
5.
50.
Plus 1 from my luck modifier.
51.
Center frame, floating brain. Anime music begins to play as the screen turns white and the outline of the brain just fades away.
Smears
And then-
away.
Dun dun okiyoki naguma.
Yep. Obliterated.
Valerian's turn. Petra's turn.
Okay, so
After
10 plus 5 is 15, plus 5 is 20. Alternately, the cleric can heal 2d4 plus cleric level hit points of damage. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus cleric level is 8. I believe Valerian is currently at -6.
-9.
-9. So you're at -1. All right, one more round of this. They have one.
Ray's turn.
I just want someone to die. All right.
Stop
It's
it.
been too long.
Stop it. Haven't I been useful? Please.
Like, I totally would have let Valerian, except then we had that whole thing where Valerian's not ready to die yet, or Valerian, or whatever.
Okay, here we go. Shooting an arrow at the final floating brain.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Base roll 12, plus 5 from the blessing, plus 1 from agility. So 18.
That's a hit.
For base roll 1, plus 5. So 6.
The brain is down.
Yeah.
The brain's down. Okay.
I repeat, the brain is down. The brain is down.
We've got a brain down. Brain down.
We got brain down.
Code gray.
No regrets from old Reza.
All right. Statue time. 2 on Bindel, 3 on Petra.
All right.
Bindel first. Miss.
L. Johnson.
18?
Not even close.
Not even close, really.
My current AC is 22.
Oh, wow. 3 on Petra.
Mm-hmm.
Miss. Miss. 24 wouldn't hit.
No.
Okay. Sorry, I just want to check something real quick. Keep the listeners entertained.
I have to entertain the listeners?
Any one of us. I
Well,
think.
time for a new Bindel story, because last time went so well. Bindel L. Johnson.
Oh.
But I'm going to tell a story about Bindel R. Stevenson.
Ah. So it's a story by Bindel L. Johnson about Bindel R. Stevenson.
So there he was, at the gates of hell.
All right, I'm ready.
Oh, thank goodness. He always talks about that one.
I thought that was a recent one.
Okay, so
Always.
the intestines are actually making grappling checks. So,
Which are different from the attack rolls?
yes.
How is that?
They are opposed attack rolls adding the higher of your agility or strength modifier. You get a +4 bonus on account of the size difference between you and the intestines, in
Just
addition
Petra
to
or
everything
all
else.
of us?
All of you.
Oh, okay.
I was just saying you because they're grappling you
I
first,
see.
but Bindel will also get it on his.
Does this
chance.
count? This counts as a skill check? No.
It is an attack, though.
By them, but I mean, like, do we get to add my blessing bonus to it?
I would assume so.
Okay.
The same way you would add it to like an attack roll.
Yeah, it's an opposed attack roll.
Yeah.
So.
Gotcha. All right, so +5 plus
You
strength
succeed.
and then plus. Okay.
The second one?
So you said +4 from size bonus.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so 17.
All right, you keep the intestines at bay.
All right.
All right, Bindel's turn.
God damn intestine.
That's a crit,
Plus
baby.
9 total.
I got a 1.
Oh,
So
I don't think you technically get a fumble, but
No,
he
I-
wins. Okay, so you can't cast spells until you free yourself from the grip of the intestine that has wrapped you up, which you can attempt right now because it's your turn.
do I have to like do an opposed grapple or can I attack it?
You have to grapple it.
What a pain in the ass.
Can't you make it fight your staff?
I was going to try and cut it free with my staff
Nice.
by turning it into a knife. 8 plus 5 is 13 plus 4 is 17.
You successfully untangle yourself from the intestines, and it would be Valerian's turn.
Oh, it takes your whole turn too?
Well, it takes your action, so you could theoretically move a short distance now, but you can't cast a spell.
Can I drop it and move?
Yeah,
So I can drop the intestine on the ground and then move.
yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do that just away from it.
Okay.
You put a book on it.
Like on the furthest point I can get from it while being still within Petra's aura.
Sure.
Okay.
The Chronicles of Bindel R. Stevenson. Just set it on top of the squirming.
So it would be Valerian's turn. It is Petra's turn.
Okay, Petra will attempt to cast Restore Vitality again on our dear dying Valerian. Let's see. 13 plus 5 is 18 plus 5 is 23. So that's good. If Valerian had any ability score loss, even if it was permanent, he would get that back and heal 2d6.
I do have permanent ability score loss.
Oh,
Don't
yeah?
do that. Do you have a choice to not do that? It says specifically that you should not do that.
Well, it says to, like...
You can do it.
Saying. It
Why does it say not
argues
to?
against it when a wizard does spellburn and immediately healing them.
They have spellburn right now. You'd be
Right.
healing spellburn.
But there's a difference between immediate and... Because none of it's from today.
You still have spellburn though. He's still healing spellburn. It specifically says right there you should not do it to do that. You can.
It does say using restore vitality to offset spellburn will create trouble for the cleric whose deity doesn't appreciate power being used to heal wounds deliberately created to further the ends of another supernatural creature.
Yeah, that would not be a good idea for you then.
Also, your deity obviously would still care that it's a different alignment because it now cares that it's a different deity you're helping as well.
Danny, would you allow me to choose to not restore spellburn?
I mean, the spell says it does both, right?
At this level, it says the cleric restores ability score drain, and, even if it's permanent nature, and heals.
Can we choose to use half of some of our other spells when we want to?
I guess usually.
No. Yeah, it's all or nothing when you do it.
Doesn't it say and heals HP?
Yes.
Yeah, the problem is he's healing spellburn, and
Yeah.
the rules specifically say that will cause trouble for the cleric with their deity.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's...
And that's how you know we're
I
on
mean-
the level.
I guess DCC is you just have to deal with that.
No, I know.
Magic's
It does
supposed to be
say
chaotic.
inevitably. It doesn't say it will immediately, but...
Yeah.
Does it say a specific amount, or I'll just say it adds 1 disapproval?
I think it's supposed to be way more major than that. The way it's worded is supposed to be like a major issue because it's supposed to disincentivize you from like doing literally exactly this.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
power.
it's supposed to disincentivize you from doing it in a immediate 1-2 combo.
No, it's supposed to disincentivize you from healing spellburn in general.
Yeah, boosting.
I guess it would be 1 for 1 in that case. For each point of attribute loss you heal, you suffer 1 disapproval additionally. You can choose not to heal Valerian.
I don't want to let Valerian die. The scorching.
We just roll the body instead, but there is a good chance they would die from that. Their luck is low.
I know.
Imagine really tense music as Vox struggles to make his decision. Vox's choice.
No, don't do that.
Well,
The spell.
you can, yeah, but Danny just said you can choose not to.
Well, you could
Yeah, because you
cast it on someone else.
Yeah, you cast the target. You cast the spell. You didn't pick the target yet.
Does anyone else even have damage?
It has permanent attribute loss from being downed
Oh yeah,
that you could theoretically heal.
You
Or
know
you
penalty.
could just accept the penalty and heal Valerian.
It is a part of DCC.
I don't believe I'm adjacent to Reza, and the range at
Is
this
touch.
roll, I believe, is still only touch.
He has to be within 10 feet. You stretch your hand out. He stretches his hand out. You're good.
Okay. I restore...
Well, who are you? What are you doing?
I'm still casting it on Valerian.
Valerian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Valerian recovers 5
Health?
spellburn.
Oh, 5 spellburn.
5
Okay.
ability damage. And gets 7 plus... So 11 HP back. So with the -1, you recover 10 total HP.
With the divine healing bestowed by Petra,
Thank you, Vox.
Wait a minute. You've been down twice, which means 2 of that is from not spellburn. Some of that has to be from your injuries.
Oh! So I would only get 3 of that 5 as...
Some of your stats that you're missing are from you being injured because you take a semi-permanent injury each time.
All right, I've never written that down, so I didn't know that.
Okay,
Well, yeah.
I believe you lost 1 strength and 1 agility from each of those. So you would basically reduce the numbers on your sheet by 1 each. And the rest will go away over time because those are the only 2 you had that are semi-permanent like that.
So I should write them on the sheet as -1 as a permanent?
No, those are being healed right now. This won't change much for you. It's going to change the negative for Vox.
Okay.
Vox will now have get 3 disapproval instead of 5.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Valerian is no longer bleeding out, but he
probably
does suffer a big gash scar on his chest from where the halberd impaled him.
Nice.
And you suffer a permanent loss of 1 point of stamina as a result of that.
think Petra, for at least a little while, is probably done casting spells, though.
And then it will be Ray's turn.
Sorry for all that fiddly crap.
Yeah.
Trying to,
No,
play correctly.
Yeah, no, that's good. All right. I fire another arrow at the remaining statue.
How many statues are remaining?
5.
There's no more brains up, correct?
There are no brains out.
You could try and get rid of the intestine.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what's more dangerous.
It seems annoying to our spellcaster.
Yeah, I just ate my entire turn.
So I'll do that.
Okay.
So I rolled a base 10
Mm-hmm.
plus 5 plus 1. So 16
You hit.
for 10.
All right. The arrow pierces the intestines, pinning them to the ground, and they writhe a few last times before stopping. I assume you took out the one that grappled
Yeah.
Bindel. Yes.
Thank
Man, I wish I got a crit so it sleeved itself like a condom for an arrow.
Oh, and then the arrow continues and hits the golem.
I don't know about that.
It like ricochets off the ground somehow. You're like, wow.
I'm not bullseye.
I mean, if your crit had been, like, additional attack or something.
I mean, we're already
Thing or not.
doing so much damage for an arrow.
Statue time.
That's my favorite.
2 on Bindel. Miss. Miss. 3 on Petra.
Mm-hmm.
Miss. Miss.
This fight is brutal.
And miss.
Because it's 8 guys who then split into 2 guys each.
They split into one additional?
No, they split into
Intestine
2.
time.
They
Oh,
split into
intestines
the intestine and brain.
Shit, you're right. They're like oozes.
Yeah.
But, except they also have paralyzing gazes and shit.
Intestines on Petra times 2.
Okay, right. That'll be at 22.
You fight off the first one.
14.
The second one tightly wraps around Petra.
So a tie
Holding her
wins
down.
for the attacker?
No, it tightly wraps
Oh, okay,
around.
sorry.
It critted.
Ooh, boy. Okay. So Petra is being choked and cannot cast spells.
Yeah. Bindel's turn.
Goddamn oozes and these rare intestines and these fucking statues. I cast Magic Missile.
Oh, no.
I roll a natural 1.
Does that not do anything when you cast a spell?
Oh, it does.
Oh, yeah, he's looking to see if he gets corruption and shit.
Let me get my D6 out of here. Lost failure. And I roll a D6 modified by luck. So that is a 4. 4 plus misfire. No corruption. Fire. Roll 1D6. 4. Delayed blast. No effect now, but at a random point sometime in the next 24 hours, determined whenever the caster rolls his next 1 on any die roll, not just a D20, a single magic missile bolts forth to strike one randomly determined character within 100 feet for 1d4. Strikes the caster if there are no other targets. If no 1 is rolled in the next 24 hours, risk passes without damage.
A 1 on any die roll.
Any die roll.
That's amazing.
Oh, not just yours?
I think it's
No,
mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But on a damage roll
Yeah,
or anything.
that's great.
That's fabulous.
That's amazing. Valerian's turn.
We don't have any buffs for attacking, right?
Yeah,
Plus 5.
if you're within you're within range of Petra's blessing.
Is that the initial roll or the damage?
Both.
I'm casting Scorching Ray, and I burned 2 points. 16 plus 5 is 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, plus my level is 22, 23, 24, plus my int is 25, 26, plus the 2 points that I burned is 27, 28. So,
Okay.
and burning hands followed by a spray of sparks and green fire. Caster sends forth a fanning wave of flames. The attack is shaped like a cone centered on the caster and expanding to a width of 40 feet at its farthest and 80 feet away. All targets within the cone take 1d12 plus caster level damage. Additionally, each target must make a DC 15 reflex save or catch fire. Each round thereafter, the target suffers an additional 1d6 damage until it succeeds on a reflex to extinguish the flames. I'm off to the side a little bit and still on the ground, so I was hoping I could aim up at them and keep my allies out of the cone.
If you attack either the group of 3 near Petra or the group of 2 near Bindel, you could do that.
I'll do the group of 3 near Petra.
Okay.
He's like rolls over from being dead and is like, "I'll save you."
Yeah, if you wanted, you could hit all 5 and both of them.
No,
too.
I don't want that. Not particularly.
Oh.
16 for the first one.
You had caster level damage or just okay.
12 for the second one, and 12 for the third one. And then a DC 15 reflex or catch on fire.
The first one is okay. The second one's on fire. And the third one is on fire.
Also, you do add caster level to your...
Oh, so an additional 3.
All right, jar time.
Stop.
Jar time.
Oh, I have these goddamn brains flying around again.
Yep.
So on the first one, 4 of its jars burst, so you get nasty old blood. Then you get a burst of acid on Petra for your shield is still actively reducing damage, right? So you take 1 point from the acid. Then a scream in an ancient tongue. Then a nice fresh pair of intestines come flooding out. Now for the second one, we get more intestines.
Oh, joy.
Then a burst of acid, which does 1 more point of damage, and a scream in an ancient tongue. And then for the third one, we get 3 jar breaks. So another burst of acid. No damage this time. Another intestine. And a gush of old nasty blood.
So this is what, 5 intestines Petra is now being faced with?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Maybe you should have fucking flaming hands Petra.
Well, it wouldn't have affected the intestines. They weren't out yet. Oh, because I would have been.
By the way, Vox, have I ever read you the flavor on this?
I don't think so.
Castor summons the flames of hell to immolate his foes.
Oh.
Intestines can't grab you if you're on fire.
well, also, you already had 2 on you. You're being choked by one.
I see.
Petra's turn.
All right, so as per Bindel L. Johnson's previous question, I could not, try to cut my way free of this. I have to pull it off. All right.
I don't think
got a
aiming
nice
a
firm
chainsword
grip.
at your own neck is a good idea.
I've got armor.
They're trying to get out of the armor anyway.
Let's see, 11 plus strength is 12 plus 4 for size is 16.
You
plus, okay.
easily wrangle the intestines off you and fling them to the floor.
All right, now I just have to hope none of the 5 of them gets a good roll against me on their next turn. Yay!
Ray's turn.
What? How many intestines are there?
5.
Can someone please with AOE fire
That just happened.
I mean, it happened with 3 only to make more intestines.
Just give me another turn.
Yeah.
And also, I can't burn intestines that are on you without also burning you.
Yep. No, you got it.
I wanted to with Magic Missile, but
We won't have.
it
that
might
for-
show up later.
Yeah. Look, man, you've done your weight in
And
lard.
then some.
Yeah, so 201 turn for 4 golems.
Golems.
Golems. Golosums. All right. There's no way that they can avoid having a bunch of intestines jump on them again. But you're not going to have a magic missile or another type of spell you'd be casting, right?
Who said I want to cast a different type of spell?
He's got other spells.
Okay.
Benil just runs away. I can't magic missile. I'm out.
There are intestines that are not actively grappling me if you wanted to shoot them.
Because there's 2 stone statues left.
And if you break
There's
those, brains
5
come
stone
down.
statues left.
There's still 5.
What? There's still 5. Oh, that's right. They're just damaged.
Yes, correct.
1 is on fire. 2 are
2
on fire.
are on fire.
Okay. Man, this is rough.
Yeah.
Good thing I'm all the way over here.
Yeah.
5 arm lengths from... Okay. I'll shoot one of the intestines. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do.
I appreciate it.
Closest to
Just shoot one.
just anyone? It doesn't
Not
matter?
on Petra.
Okay, not the one... Okay, that's what I was going to ask. Okay.
The one on Petra is now on the floor.
Weren't there 2 on me, and one of them successfully
Yeah,
grabbed
that's
when I
true.
threw
Gotcha.
it?
Yeah.
Okay. I shoot one of them. Good thing I got your bump, but I still don't think I hit. 5 base roll plus 1 is 6 plus 5 is 11.
You hit.
Nice.
Ooh, what? These weren't armored intestines?
No, the intestines are not armored.
They also aren't very dexterous.
I just figure they're really small targets, writhing and wriggling. 5 base roll plus 5, so 10.
You take that intestine out.
I'm going to meet one of its cousins very shortly.
Thanks,
so
friend.
just stay alive, man. Or lady.
Party time. All right. Bindel's statues.
L. Johnson.
Miss. Miss. Petra's time.
Uh-huh.
Miss. 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 Damn shame. Now there are 4 intestines remaining. So,
They
Petra time.
jump onto you and grabs each limb.
Intestine number 1.
17.
Grabs it. Oh, 17. All right, you fight that one off. Number 2.
19.
You fight that one off. It barely puts up a fight.
16.
Total?
Yes.
You are grappled successfully by a pair of intestines. The last one curls up and launches itself at Reza, flying through the air to try and grapple him.
I rolled a 2 naturally for base roll.
Okay, so 2 plus 5 for me is 7.
7 plus my plus 1. That's what I was wondering.
So you got 8.
8. Yeah, I did.
And then plus 4 for size for 12.
Yeah, 12.
All right. So this intestine flies through the air right at Reza, and Reza just manages to grab it at the last second and throw it away from him.
Oh, okay. I thought I was going to lose that.
Almost.
Yeah.
Bindel. L. Johnson.
Thank you. I'm going to cast Sleep.
Go ahead.
You don't want to mind control a intestine?
4 plus caster level's 8 plus int modifier is 9, 10, 11 plus 5 is 16. Up to 2 targets within range must make a save against DC 16 or fall asleep for 1d6 turns. I will target the 2 of the intestines.
I don't think they can fall asleep.
I don't care. Chittering allies is my mercurial magic. Chittering, mephitic, rat-sized demons scurry forth from the wizard's pockets and sleeves, scattering around him in a scratching fury. They attack enemies within 10 feet with an attack of +2 and deal 1d4 damage.
Okay.
So the statues.
Are you sicking them on the intestines?
Well, they attack everyone with it, or all attack enemies within 10 feet. There's like a shit ton of them, I assume. I don't know how it works, but like, yeah, I don't know if it's like one horde or if they attack. It's not really specific.
It sounds like they get collectively. It's one attack against each enemy, and if it's
It's like a cloud, right?
They're chittering, mephic, rat-sized demons scurrying from the wizard's pockets and sleeves, scattering around him in a scratching fury. Scattering around him, so I don't know if it's one group. They attack enemies within 10 feet. They have a +2 to their attack. They deal 1d4 damage. And aid the spell as appropriate before dissipating in a cloud of ash after 1 minute.
So they scratch and screech and then cuddle the brains and go, lullaby and good night.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's 10 feet.
So roll your attacks.
I roll?
Yeah.
All right.
They're your rats, man.
as
Which one are we? What are we rolling for first? Statues or guts?
We'll do guts first.
Okay.
as they're
There's 4 of them left.
Yes.
That's a 4. That's a 4. That's an 11
That'll hit.
for 2.
Tears that intestine apart.
nice.
And a 13 for 1.
That intestine's dead too.
Oh, jeez.
All right, and then there's 5 statues.
So, Petra is actually free.
Yay!
It scurries up Petra and tears that intestine apart.
An 11 to hit one of the statues.
Miss.
A 4.
Miss.
An 8. A 19
Jeez.
That'll hit.
for 3. And I believe there's 1 left. Or is that the last one?
No, there should be 1 left because you rolled 4 times, right?
15.
Miss.
Why didn't you bless those demon rats when they weren't there to be blessed?
The rat shatters the.
That's an interesting question.
the
Would they
mouth-
get the blessing? They're allies.
They're allies of you.
But they're demonic, right?
I mean, I don't necessarily get to choose.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just for like canon, I would just like they're demons.
I don't think I can affect them.
They're unholy.
because they're unholy. Exactly.
Valerian is unholy, right?
Yeah.
I thought that spell was.
Valerian is chaotic.
Yeah, and you affect them.
Oh, that's
I
right.
guess that's a good point.
Fair.
Well, I don't know. Danny said no.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That could be just for balance, which I think is fair.
Which is totally fair.
They're ridiculous if they have +7 to attack and then do 1d4 plus fucking 5 damage.
Your logic also makes sense, but yeah.
Well,
The mouth jar was shattered on one of the statues, so an ancient scream echoes, and then it will be Valerian's turn.
Valerian is going to attempt a Scorching Ray again. This time without hurting himself to do so. That's a natural 20. So that's 30.
Ooh, baby.
Oh, no. That's not good. No, that's not
Ooh,
good.
baby.
it hits everybody.
Okay.
Just stop, drop, and roll.
Oh, that's not going to help. Okay.
Wait, that's a 33.
It's 20
You
plus...
double your level.
When
Oh,
you
for a
when you
crit?
crit, yeah.
Okay. It looks like a laser beam. I feel like that's the first thing you should know.
Okay.
The caster detonates, and a blast of fire is centered on himself. He suffers no damage, but all targets within 30 feet are automatically immolated for 1d20 points of damage. In addition, the blast sends up to a dozen jets of flame, each 80 feet long and aimed at a single target. Each jet does 1d20 plus caster level damage and automatically catches the target on fire for an additional 1d8 damage each round until the target makes a DC 15 reflex save. Flammable objects, etc., etc. No target can be damaged by more than one jet of flame.
Okay.
So,
I think that's literally everyone in the fight except you.
magic casters, yay!
Well, the intestines just shrivel up and disintegrate.
Oh, you mean the 1 damage dead intestines?
Okay, so I guess I'll roll my allies first.
Cool.
So for Bindel, he takes 13 points of damage.
That'll become 11 due to my shield.
For Petra, she takes 1 point of damage.
So that'll be 0, thanks.
And Reza takes 4.
-2 from the shield.
So how many brains are left?
6?
There are no brains
None.
out
You
at
get
the
free
moment.
a bunch.
So roll 1d20
But
for...
there aren't any out right now.
No.
No.
So just statues?
Yes.
How many?
5.
Okay, so for statue number 1, that'll be 8 points of damage.
Okay, one sec. Okay.
For statue number 2, that'll be 11.
Okay.
For number 3, that'll be 14. For number 4, that'll be 1. And 16.
Okay.
Then, in addition, the blast sends up to a dozen jets of flame, each 80 feet long and aimed at a single target. So does that mean all dozen jets are at a single target, or that I get to pick 12 separate single targets?
You pick 12 separate single targets. If you continue reading, it says no target may be damaged by more than 1 jet.
Okay. So again, did I kill any of them?
Yes, you killed 2 of them. So,
Are there brains?
yes, brains emerge from the Eye of Horus jars.
So how many?
You can't target those brains, though. This
Yeah.
all happens at once.
Yeah.
Okay, so the 3 that are still standing, number 1 gets 8, number 2 gets 15, and number 3 gets 17. So 8, 9, 10, 11 for the first one.
When you rolled for your initial damage on each of us, did you apply the +5 from Petra?
No.
No.
So we each take an additional 5 damage.
This is like
Healing
the,
Valerian was a mistake? No.
Sorry, just doing my job. That's what you get for having magic casters with you. Sometimes you get hurt.
As the smoke clears, no statues remain standing, but there are 5 brains and 2 pairs of intestines. And it is Petra's turn.
Petra is going to walk up and paralysis sword one of the intestines. It's base 18 plus 5 is 23 plus 5 is 33.
Definitely
No,
hit.
28, sorry.
Oh, no, now you
Dealing 2 plus 5 is 7 plus 5 is 12 damage.
You eviscerate these intestines, sending chunks everywhere. Just on the walls, ceiling, everywhere.
Feels good, man.
It's Ray's turn.
So,
5 brains, you said?
5 brains, yeah. 1 pair of intestines now.
my eyes, there's like soot and dust in them. My hood has been blown all the way back, and I have kind of like the explosion face. Like, just, you see a pair of like yellow eyes piercing through, like, you know.
Black.
Yeah, the black boof
With
face.
your hair stuck straight back.
Yeah, and then as Reza tries to focus his arrow, he's like, 3 brains. Let's shoot the one in the middle. And then I roll to attack one of the brain.
He's very calm for seeing 15 floating brains.
We've seen worse.
One at a time.
Yep, just one at a time because my ears are still ringing. 16 plus 5 plus 1. So that's 22.
That's a hit.
For 6. Base
You
1.
take out one of the brains.
Okay.
Intestines will attempt to grab Petra.
Okay. 21.
You succeed.
Yeah.
You wrestle off the intestines.
Oh, you were pretty confident, huh?
Yeah. They were 1 lower.
Nice.
All right. Brain time. You each get a brain. So each of you roll a fortitude saving throw for their rays of paralysis.
Oh, jeez.
Remember, you get my +5 for saving throw.
Yeah, it's not great.
17 for Petra.
Petra's safe.
19 for Bendel.
Bendel's safe.
Is it
23.
agility plus can work?
Fortitude.
Fortitude.
What was that?
Stamina.
23.
Huh? Oh, stamina.
Stamina and
Got
fortitude.
it. Okay, so
I don't know
so
what those-
10.
Valerian's safe. Reza is paralyzed. Describe a different regret for Bendel.
I also regret Willow's death quite deeply.
All right. Describe a different regret for Petra.
Petra regrets not being able to help that family keep warm.
All right. Describe a regret for Valerian.
Valerian deeply regrets the time that he wanted to see if taking the intestines out of the family cat would let it still be alive.
Okay.
Wow.
It's Bendel's turn.
I smash a brain.
Okay.
18.
That will hit.
Doing 2 for the D4 plus 1 plus caster level, so plus 5, so 12 damage.
You smack a brain out of the sky and it splats wetly on the floor.
Sorry about that, Robin. It is now your turn. Please continue.
How many alive brains are there?
3.
So I'm going to cast Color Spray. Up to 3 targets within range can be targeted. Each target of 2 or less HD is automatically affected. Targets of more than 2 HD must make 2 will saves or be affected. Targets that fail 1 save are blinded. Targets that fail both save are blinded and knocked unconscious. It will last 3 rounds.
The brains fall unconscious.
Valerian then goes
Nice.
around and chops all of them up with his scythe.
I believe we're still in combat, technically.
There's still 1 intestine.
There's
yes.
still 1 pair of intestines. So it will be Petra's turn.
Petra's going to chainsword that one as well.
Come on, 1.
No, that'll be 16.
Oh, that'll hit. That poor intestine.
14 damage.
Oh, it's destroyed.
What was Valerian doing to the brains?
He'll chop the brains up with his scythe.
Oh, I thought you were going to go stomp on them, and then I was going to be like, just like you stomped out this episode of Dorker Realms.
No, instead he's going to reap this episode of Dorker Realms. It's dead now.
All right, well, you heard it here, folks. This episode of Dorker Realms has been reaped, and we would really appreciate it if you could leave us some reviews on iTunes. It super helps us out, and we'd love you forever.
And since we've been reaped, don't forget to go on Twitter and tweet an F at us at Dorker Realms.
See you next time, everyone.
That does it for today's episode of Dorker Realms. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly of all, tune in next week.